Chidozie Obi-Martin is the next unbelievable gem from the Manchester United Academy, who heads straight to the top. The Red Devils acquired Chido from Arsenal this summer, and the youngster made his debut for the Mancunians U-18 squad with a hat-trick. United supporters are convinced that the club has pulled off the most brilliant robbery ever, with 16-year-old Obi-Martin being destined to become Robin Van Persie's regen, or even a player of a much bigger caliber. Today we'll take a look at how the unstoppable Chido launched his career at Manchester and how quickly this tremendously talented whiskit will reach the first team. Let's get into it! Manchester United have officially announced the transfer of Chidozie Obi-Martin in early October, causing a lot of media buzz. Why? Because the 16-year-old Red Devils newcomer is considered the most promising prospect among all those teens who are currently competing in England in his age group. Moreover, Chido has already outgrown his peers and is performing against older players. United deliberately recruited him to the U18 side, and smiling during the contract signing, Chido seems to have literally made a deal with the devil. Well, how else can you explain the stunning display Obi-Martin recently delivered in his first appearance for United? This gifted youngster stepped up to the challenge of a U18 Premier League fixture against Nottingham Forest and bagged a hat-trick within 14 minutes. In fact, Chidozie scored the first goal in the 13th second of the tie. The Man United forward took advantage of a defender's mistake and beat the goalkeeper as if there were no obstacles in front of him. A very confident decision from Obi-Martin. Having drawn first blood, 4 minutes later the debutant was already celebrating a brace. Chido was running to meet his partner's cross, though he realized beforehand that the opponent's defense might make a blunder. Obi-Martin stopped on the penalty area line, recovered the ball after a defender's failed move, and struck a clinical shot into the corner of the Forester's goalkeeper's goal. A classy second strike from Chido, and 2-0 on the scoreboard in favor of the Red Devils. Yet, Obi-Martin's character is so strong that he never stops at 2 goals, always going to the third one. 9 minutes after the brace, the striker successfully landed his third goal. Chidozie once again ran to the opposition's box and in one touch finished the teammate's low pass from the wing without even turning his head towards the net. How cool is his understanding of the game? How quickly he reads where he needs to be and what he needs to do in the last third of the pitch. In the next half hour before the break, Obi-Martin demonstrated other important skills. His persistent pressing, runs with wingers involved, and 1-versus-1 play. Again, all of that was achieved right in his first match with new partners, to whom Obi-Martin still needs to get used to. Just look at what he does during training sessions. Good lord! Imagine what Chidozie will bring to the table in the upcoming fixtures. His opponents will be completely demolished on the pitch. After the final whistle against Forest, Obi-Martin picked up the ball with which he completed his hat-trick and showed 3 fingers to the camera. It was exactly the same thing he did last year when he represented Arsenal in the U18 squad, scoring 7 goals against Norwich City. 7! You've heard that right! That's not unusual for Chido either, as he once went even further and struck 10 goals against Liverpool U16s. On days like these, he's just a very frightening guy. Overall, Obi-Martin had a great season last year. Chido tallied 32 goals and 3 assists in 24 appearances. How the Gunners managed to let him go is still a complete mystery. Now the North London club will be biting its nails watching Obi-Martin go for new Premier League youth records. It's easy to see why, now in 2024, Manchester United fans are openly mocking Arsenal fans on social media platforms. They still can't believe they took Obi-Martin away from the Gunners so easily. Bigger club, same celebration, thanks Arsenal. Such posts are everywhere to the displeasure of all Arsenal supporters. Besides, people are calling for Chidozie to be drafted into the first team as soon as possible in order to compete with Rasmus Højlund and displace Joshua Zirkzee, who is not happy with his situation at the roster and is considering a return to the Italian Serie A. In the comments on Obi-Martin's Instagram page, the Manx followers are even comparing him to Kylian Mbappe, while calling him our own Højlund, who should form a trio with Alejandro Garnacho and Marcus Rashford. And where can we go without drawing comparisons with the club's former attacker Robin Van Persie? Stealing Arsenal's striker in 2012 and 2024 feels equally good at Old Trafford. In reality, however, there are not as many similarities between Chido and RVP as fans would have us believe. First things first, Obi-Martin was born in Denmark, and Robin Van Persie was born in the Netherlands. Chidozie has a right shooting leg, while Robin is a left-footed performer. Not to mention their completely different appearances. The most important thing is that the fans are excited about Chidozie. In particular, jokes are being made suggesting to suspend Obi-Martin from matches with 18-year-olds because otherwise he will never stop bullying his peers. The academy coaches are also sure that Chidozie will soon be removed from the U-18 group and sent to the U-21, where he will have to prove his level from scratch. That said, United don't actually want to rush its new young star. There are concerns within the club that leaping too rapidly from the youth to the senior ranks could make Chidozie's head spin. Whatever one may say, he is only 16 years old and fame comes very quickly. Obi-Martin already has a tasty contract with Adidas and more than 300,000 followers on Instagram. Moreover, the Elite Project Group agency, which works with such Premier League top stars as Bukayo Saka and Jadon Sancho, is eager to represent Chidozie in football. Under such conditions, Obi-Martin, like any other young talent in his place, runs the risk of getting carried away and becoming a victim of his stardom. Luckily, this is exactly what Man United are trying to prevent. Despite the fact that Chido's potential and skills are being praised from every corner, the Mancunians are keen on giving Obi-Martin even more tests at the U18 and U21 levels. Only then will the integration of the academy forward into the senior team will be possible. Fair enough. At the same time, there is no doubt that they have a well-thought-out plan for Chidozie. The guy will get some really interesting prospects, especially after Ruben Amorim headed Manchester United. The Portuguese boss likes to develop and give chances to young players. This vision is supported by United's owners, Ineos Group, who invested heavily in strengthening the academy's roster this summer. The club's bosses want a steady flow of youngsters into the squad, and look how it's working out with Kobbie Mainoo, Alejandro Garnacho, and Amad Diallo. And there are still guys like left-back Harry Amas and central midfielder Toby Collier on the way. In other words, Obi-Martin will gradually be able to find options for himself in the future. Let's take the attacking center, where the Devils are counting only on the injury-prone Rasmus Højlund, with Jože Zirkzee's position now in doubt. With that in mind, Chido, with his current progress, could work his way up to the role of Højlund's substitute and then to the starting 11. Plus, Obi-Martin has great respect for his Danish compatriot and would be happy to compete against him. I really like Rasmus Højlund. He is strong and powerful, so you can learn a lot from him. At the beginning, he didn't score that much for United. Now he has really found his form. He is left-footed, I'm right-footed, but we can both score goals. Chidozie stated in an interview with the Danish website bold.dk in March this year. Obi-Martin and Højlund will push each other drastically, and it's great that the young genius Chidozie is highly motivated to learn, improve, and score. To score a lot, then to score some more, and even more than that. Guys, leave a like to this video if you also think that Chidozie Obi-Martin is a future top-notch performer. Also, be sure to check out the other Manchester United related videos that have just appeared in front of you. See you soon, bye bye!